Got ourselves Team 2 together with Boundless on the Retribution Paladin. I like the helm, by the way, with the horse. Why does the horse look kind of like a... Is it a horse or is it supposed to be a donkey? I can't... It looks like a donkey to a degree. Got ourselves Grifka on that team. Cannon gonna be first up, and it's gonna be Kioska leaping in, but it's gonna be pet stun immediately. Big damage out of Cannon. Got himself full true shot. Kioska trying to see if he can find a way to deal with the body shot onto Cannon with a disarm for just a moment. Man got himself a bit of defense, but still has himself lots of damage. True shot aura still keeping him healthy. Got himself big heal. It's gonna be mad damage for Kioska as well as Cannon. Just trying to see if he can just berserk to one another. Quick freeze for just a moment. Trying to maintain the pet taunt on the Cannon's pet to make sure the pet is never attacking Kioska. Man's got himself, I think, what looks like explosive shot for Kioska. Does they pin? It's going to be big defenses as the man almost went down. Turtle Shell breaks out of it fairly quickly, though. Cannon, wait, hold on a second. Why is Forkbeard charging? And hold on a moment. Wait a second. Forkbeard confused as Kioska trying to go for a bit of mending, but it just kill shots back to back, though. Oh, wait a second. Forkbeard, I think it might have messed up Kioska charging it like that. What is happening? Big rapid fire out of Kenem. The man's with no help whatsoever. Forkbeard is going to go for a little bit of extra defense right now. Kenem needs to find a way to deal with the warrior as soon as possible if he wants to find a way to live this. I don't really know what happened. Why did they charge out of the guy like that? I feel like Kioska would have been fine and he was doing okay. And I feel like when he charged at him, Kioska backed up because Kioska is way too nice for his own good. He was confused and he was trying to make sure the duel is played out as a proper 1v1. Oh no. Now I feel bad for Kioska. You might have scuffed him a little. Kenem though does get at least a reset inside of the camo. And if anything, maybe if you could take down Forkbeard in a proper 1v1. Well, let's see how that goes, right? This is an opportunity for Kenem to punish Forkbeard for his transgressions. Big opener onto the warrior of the bat. Probably would have lost anyway. I don't know. It was a really close match. I feel like what it got weird is when you had to back up out of the Kioska. I think it was going interesting, honestly. Trinket got himself a charge towards the pet, but he's not quite on top of the hunter. Setting down traps, shot him up for just a second. You know, Forkbeard is going to walk into it. Steel trap off of the freezer trap. Got the warrior fully CC'd, but he is getting himself lots of recovery inside of that big shield from a Spore Cloak stun as he charges him. Kenem does have a knockback. Is this where Forkbeard is out of gap closers? Big kill shots back to back. He's got himself plenty of range. Got himself aim shots back to back into Forkbeard. Rapid fire to follow him. And it's going to be a fear to follow. Does Forkbeard have any recovery at all? As long as you don't got a dot, second one is going to kick in. Is it going to be enough though? Try to see if he can get himself away from the guy, but a kill shot, arcane shot, take it out. Jayhawk up next. Try to see if he can kind of head over to the side with an invis of the bat. If Kenem is careful, he's not careful. Nova immediately. At least if anything for Kenem, this does give an opportunity to maybe have a go versus Jayhawk. Does go for an interrupt. This is where a chimeric poison just now is going to be perfect. Trinket out of Jayhawk to break himself out of sounds. Oh my god, the damage, Jayhawk. Oh, that's a mad amount of recovery. The man's prismatic was so good just now. The prismatic barrier just let him recover so much, but still it doesn't matter. Kenem does have his super low, yet another all the time. This man has escaped death twice within 10 seconds of each other. How? Kenem, what kind of damage do you got going on? What is this? Big explosive one to Jayhawk. If you get himself a silence, scatter shot, might be Ice Block. It does go for the block. This is where Kenem is just blasting through Jayhawk. He's just cleaving right through the guy. Dude, hunters generally have had like a pretty good go versus mages. Like out of all the classes that can kind of like stop them or take him down fairly easily, hunters generally have always been able to do pretty well against mages. Gonna be that sounds for just a moment. Kenem try to see if he can take down Jayhawk. That's gonna be explosive shot. Does he have big damage? Jayhawk does also have a lot of bursts of his own by the looks of it. He could have himself a big go. Rapid fires around the corner. Does get himself at the very least shifting power, but it's gonna be scatter shot, aim shot. I think it just might be over. Jayhawk, does he just go down? Good flare? No, a little to the left does still get him out the open. Kill shot 1, 2. Does it go? He does go with Holy Saya up next. Only 21% dampening. This is a pretty good spot for Kenem. He can still get himself lots of recovery. Rapid fire immediately. He needs to find a way just to keep Holy Saya at an arm's reach, but that stun is not going to be easy. Trinket immediately for Kenem. Holy Saya trying to see if he can avoid all the traps and going in for the most amount of damage. Doesn't have the big wings yet. Or does he? He does have wings, but I don't know if it was like proc wings from Jayhawk dying, or if it's like actual Crusade wings. Scatter shot onto Holy Saya. Kenem, not a lot of health available. Does get himself quite a bit of burst though. Big kill shots right after into a death chakram. Holy Saya might just need to bubble this one. Does go for the bubble. Kenem, does he have everything for this one? It's going to be fortification of the bear. At the very least, maybe survival of the fittest if he actually has access to it. That or your wife's going to bug in. Stun onto Kenem. Sack for just a second. Trying to see if he can live it, but I don't know if he's got it. Oh my goodness. And the man does end up going down either way though. That is super, super unfortunate. That was a lot of damage by the hunter. I love seeing that, man. Flesh is going to be up next. At least no bubble for Holy Sire. You just got to be a little bit careful with the blessing of protection. If you can get a full blessing out of Holy Sire, you'll be golden. Cloak of Shadows open about Blush in case Holy Sire pops a blessing. Does that death shock him? That is a death shock him. Still able to get quite a bit of damage to the Holy Sire either way, though. That is forcing out a big defensive out of the guy. If you can go in again and then stay on him the entire time, put your bleeds, get the poisons and venoms rolling in, and just keep the pressure the entire time, I think Blush will have himself a decent opportunity here. Holy Sire with his stun onto Blush does go for the trinket, trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of survivability. That is going to be a cloak activating for him. Trinket for Holy Sire off of the blind, and I think Blush, unless you have a stun, disarm might not even matter. Oh, Holy Sire just cascades a waterfall of holy damage down from above. With the Grifka going to be up next. At this point, Holy Sire got nothing. Grifka just needs to get himself a proper go, big tech, and it's over. Unless Holy Sire gets some kind of like I don't know, ace up his sleeve. Wall is there for that tech. Got himself wake, but I think it's just over. He doesn't have any defenses whatsoever. Wall is the only thing that's kind of sort of keeping him relatively okay. Gouged by Grifka with a blind. Full reset. But Holy Sire, this does give him a chance here maybe, depending on how Grifka opens up on the guy. Maybe... stuns are airtight. Yeah, if the stuns are airtight, there's nothing you can do. I was gonna say, like, maybe he opens up with a Shadow Strike. That could give Holy Sire an opportunity to press maybe Warlock Hellstone, maybe Shoulder of Vengeance, Blessing of Sack, maybe? Sanctifying? Is it Blessing of Sanctified Shadow? What is that Paladin Blessing? The one that, like, reduces the effectiveness of, like, future stuns for a short amount of time. That is Blessing of Sank, right? I just feel like it doesn't really get a lot of use in duels just because, like, how do you go predicting a rogue stunning you? And a lot of the times it's a little bit more difficult. Warrior is kind of sort of doable because usually we'll have like a Stormbolt charge with it, and they usually try to use it on cooldown. With rogues, it can be a little bit difficult. Gonna be a full stun onto Cobra, trying to see if he can just control the pet as best as possible. Mortar Coil could go for the Succubus C off of this one, drop it down Infernal, but he ends up juking out of there. It's gonna be poured out of Cobra, got himself a better position. Rogue chasing right after him. Triple portals are rubbed. Grupa trying to see if he can lift those portals inside of a smoke bomb, but is it okay? Actually, as he walks out, the portals are back, zero down on him. It's gonna be a Vanish Shadow Strike right after, trying to see if he can just add Cobra real quickly, trying to see if he can port the Rogue away, but Griff got Cloak of Shadows, barely any health available, got himself a little bit of evasion. But I think it just might be over, right? Does Cobra take him? No, the Rogue does get himself a proper reset. Blessing of Sanctuary, yeah? Okay, yeah. I just never really see it in the 5v5 duels specifically. Grifka has himself one more Vanish available. Evasion up as well. Blind to follow Chi Death as well. Succubus CC for Cobra. It does go for the Trinket Gouge on the Cobra. Does not have the Succubus to back him up right now. Mortar Coil is the only thing he's really got. Secret Technique, massive damage. Mortar Coil does get him away. Fear to follow, at least full control over the Rogue. Shadow Fury, do you have a big go right now? Because you have to have a go. The Rogue is going to cheat death this. It's going to be a port. Got yourself a bit of distance. Do you have enough damage? Cheat death real quick. Oh my god, that was so close. You almost had him, but the Rogue just kept at it the entire time. 2 for him, 3 for Kedem. Kedem does a lot of damage, by the way. Like, just watching how much damage he does to Jayhawk. I mean, he turned the guy into a literal pincushion. He lived a lot of the burst, but it's just like, it's insane just how much burst you can do. If you get yourself a good angle, you can do a ton. Let's get us another one going here, boys, yeah?